Hi guys, I'm Karas, I'm playing Elder Scrolls Online on the EU server and I've been asked to make a build video for my Stamina Dragonknight, Bastrabuni Benzina. It's a solo PvP build, which can also work in smaller groups. As weapons I use 2H and Sword and Board. On my 2H bar I have Stampede. Fortunately my game client is in German, so I'll have to translate everything. First skill is Stampede, a gap closer which also snares your opponent. Second skill, Unstable Flame, a very powerful stamina dot. Third skill, Executioner, to finish off your target. Fourth skill, Wrecking Blow, that's my main DPS skill, which everyone kind of hates, including me, since it's very hard to land if you're outnumbered or if you're playing against more experienced players. And the fifth skill is Rally, which increases your weapon damage by 20%. It also heals you over time. Plus, if you reactivate it, it gives you a burst heal depending on how long it ran before. As ultimate, I use Clouding Swarm. Now, the Clouding Swarm helps me to land more Wrecking Blows, and the snare effect of the Stampede helps me to keep players longer in my Clouding Swarm. On the second bar, which is my buff bar mainly, I have Shuffle to remove snares and to get a 20% dodge chance. It also gives me snare immunity for a certain amount of time. Second skill is Igneous Shield. Now this skill has multiple uses, it's a very good skill. It gives you a damage shield. It increases the healing by 30% for 7 seconds. It gives you slightly more weapon damage. And it also gives you stamina back if you use it. Now the last two effects are due to Earth and Heart passives. Third skill is Resolving Vigor. That's my heal over time. Fourth skill, Elusive Mist, to get away from situations, to escape Zergs for example, which usually doesn't work, but sometimes it does, given that they've nerfed the skill in this patch. Damage you take is reduced by 75% and you get a speed buff of 40%. The last skill is Defensive Stance. I use that skill to reflect magical projectiles and to stun the one who used them on me. And as ultimate I use Take Flight. Now for my gear, I use 5 medium, 1 light, 1 heavy for the Undaunted passives. Head, Bloodspawn, shoulders, Bloodspawn, gloves, Armor Master, legs, Armor Master, chest, Armor Master, belt, Ashen Grip, boots, Ashen Grip. On the small pieces, Divines, on the big pieces, Reinforce. My chest is heavy, my belt is light, and everything's enchanted with stamina. For the weapons, on my 2H mace I have Ashen Grip, sharpened, and on the one-handed mace, Armor Master, sharpened. Both weapons are enchanted with weapon damage glyphs. And the shield is Armor Master as well, reinforced, enchanted with the stamina glyph. For the jewelry I run 3 pieces Endurance, all robust, enchanted with 1-time weapon damage, 1-time stamina regen, 1-time stamina cost reduction. Now you could run Agility here as well. If you do that, you probably want to exchange the 1 weapon damage glyph with the stamina regen glyph to get the same sustain I have. As you may have noticed, I have on my 2H bar 3 times Ashen Grip, since that's where I really need the weapon damage. And on my Sword and Board bar I have 5 times Armor Master, which I don't have on my 2H bar. That's because I only need the 5th bonus of Armor Master on the bar where I have the skill that triggers Armor Master, which in this case is Shuffle. Yeah, that's pretty much all for my gear. Now the gear you're using doesn't have to be all legendary. It's enough if it's purple, but you should make sure that the weapons are legendary and VET 16. Otherwise you will lack a lot of damage. My stats are looking the following. On my Sword and Board bar, they're looking like this. On my 2H bar, like this. And if I fully buff up, on my sword and board bar like this, and on my 2H bar like this. Champion points. Now for my champion points, I have quite a few, 521, but I think the build will work with fewer champion points as well. I will just list the distribution. I don't want to comment too much on that, otherwise it will take too long. In the tower, I have 21 in Magician, 21 in Warlord, 1 in Sprinter, 1 in Bashing Focus, 75 in Moonkalf, 28 in Arcanist, 4 in Tenacity, 23 in Tumbling, 28 in Blessed, 10 in Heavy Weapon Expert, 22 in Precise Strikes, 14 in Piercing, 99 in Mighty, 22 in Block Expertise, 23 in Spell Shield, 28 in Resistant, 13 in Medium Armor Focus, 9 in Thick-Skinned, 12 in Hardy, 28 in Elemental Defender, 12 in Bastion, 8 in Nourishing, and 9 in Quick Recovery. Okay, that's pretty much my build video for open world small scale PvP. If you want to run in a larger group or want to do something like dueling or play in a smaller group that relies more on AoE, you need to switch a few things up. For example, if you want to duel, you should drop Mistform. Actually, you should drop Vamp altogether, but you can still do it as Vampire. You need Reverberating Bash as instant CC and a healing debuff. This skill unfortunately is very buggy. You could use Fossilize instead. That's this skill here. So Reverberating Bash. Against the Sorcerer, maybe use Dragonfire Scales instead of Defensive Stance. Switch Clouding Swarm with Take Flight. And you pretty much have a decent setup versus any projectile user you might encounter in a duel. Versus a melee class, your setup could look like this. You don't need the Reflect anymore. You can use Ransack for instant DPS and also for armor debuff instead of Dragonfire Scales. Or you could also use Heroic Slash. So those are two good dueling setups I just showed you. In a group setup, I like the following. Gotta switch up weapons though. So you're running 2H and dual wield. Dual wield mainly for this skill, for the Steel Tornado. And you drop Unstable Flame for Dragonfire Scales versus all those meteor lovers out there. So basically what you do is you buff yourself up, make sure you still have the Armor Master on your dual wield bar, the Armor Master bonus. And then you coordinate with your group members, you leap in, everyone else puts their ulti down and you start spamming Steel Tornado. And if there are people left, then you go on your 2H bar and start finishing people off with those 3 skills. Yeah, that's it. That's it for my build video. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you enjoyed it and it'll help you out in Cyrodiil.